Hey, this is Tom from Rocket Restorations at Rocket Resto, and just wanted to share with you our newest purchase. Some of you are a fan of our channel, also follows Jamie at Dead Dodge Garage. He's already done a couple of videos on this car. This is the one where I bought it near Chicago, and Jamie flew out there and drove it all the way back. And by all the way back, I mean he broke down in Montana and I had to go get him. But, you know, he made about 2/3 of the way, so that's all good. But yeah, I love Chargers. Can never have enough of these. Friend back there sold it to us, gave us a good deal on it. And yeah, I've been driving around as long as the weather allows. It's, you know, getting towards fall and winter here in Washington. So it's supposed to be a high of 45 tomorrow with rain. So getting out there to drive it. But I thought I'd do a little video on the car and show you guys a little bit about it. So the color is, this thing was restored in the mid 2000s. It was a original Arizona car, so it was pretty clean. You know, it was in Chicago, but it was not a Chicago car. Just a hint to everybody out there, don't buy Chicago cars. It's a really bad idea. But the sheet metal was pretty good, and he had it painted Plymouth Prowler purple. Trev's calling this the Auto Pop Charger. I'm not sure how I feel about that, but if you guys like the name, let me know. Got a classic Washington plates for it, and it's just a real nice driver. It's a 1969 Dodge Charger, and it has the SE package, which is basically just a luxury package on these. We got the SE emblem on the back, and the upgraded interior. So you got leather seats and wood grain dash. And you may be thinking to yourself, why does that wood grain look a little weird? Well, when this was restored, the wood grain dashes were not available. They're being reproduced now, but they were not available back at the time. So that's actual wood that was made by the previous owner. So he worked at a job where he could do that. So it's actual wood that he finished and put on here, which is, I don't know, kind of a nice touch. This had a aftermarket small Mopar wheel on it when we got it, and honestly I didn't like it that much, so I put the wood grain wheel back on. I think it looks much better. Car's pretty stock, you know, clock, which actually works. You know, the factory 150 speedo, no tack, has AM radio. It's a factory air conditioning car, which I used to not even buy AC cars, but the population getting into these things is getting older and older, so people who are getting into these want air conditioning now. And it's a 318, so it's not like a power monster or anything, but it goes down the road pretty good. It's got an aftermarket amp gauge, which is never a bad thing. The factory Chrysler charging systems are not the best. It has the door pockets, and got this gorgeous area here with all these fall leaves. I love this road. It's just almost across the street from my house. There's a couple of houses on this road. It's just gorgeous. I love taking pictures here. Alright, well, I'm gonna bury the lead. Sorry, it's getting a little windy here. Weather's coming in tomorrow, so if it's a little windy on the camera, I apologize. Here's the motor. So when Jamie brought it back, he pretty much blew everything up, so we had to fix everything. Luckily, he's pretty handy and helped me out. So it started burning oil pretty bad in Montana, and we found out the head bolts on the driver's side were actually loose on the head, so it blew a head gasket. That's not what went. He gives me a call in the middle of Montana, and he says, oh, the water pump's making some noise. The bearing's gonna go. And 15 minutes later, he calls me that the water pump went and sent the fan through the radiator. So that was good times. We had to fix the radiator, which was not cheap. Luckily, we actually had a correct radiator. So the radiator in it was from a C body, which I don't know if you ever try to fit a C body into a B body, but they don't fit. They're too tall. So they always sit like above the core support here, and the tanks don't fit and everything. So we had the correct B body number in our collection and had it restored up at our favorite radiator shop up in Seattle, up in Greenwood Radiator. They do a pretty good job. And then it's a factory AC car. The previous owner got all that stuff together, but he never charged it. So that's one of our jobs. Hopefully next week we can get that fixed. Don, customer of ours, is an AC tech. He works on like beer coolers and stuff, but he has like all the equipment to do it. So yeah, I mean, the car's pretty good. It, you know, obviously needed a top end rebuild. We got that fixed. We're gonna get the AC fixed. It needs an alignment really bad. The steering wheel's not straight, which is a giant pet peeve of mine. I really don't like that, but we'll get that fixed. We got an alignment machine in the house. Has the original fender tag. I always like decoding these for you guys. So E44 is 318 two barrel. D31 is automatic, and that's the 904, not the 727, so it's the small one. That's the VIN number. So X is charger, P is base charger, S would be RT, 29 is two-door fastback, F is 318 two barrel, 9 is the year, 1969, B is the plant, Hamtramck, and that's the sequence number. If the first, there should be 2 paint codes here if there's no vinyl top. If there's a vinyl top, they take that off and put the code up there. So it was F3 green, so kind of a pea green. CRG, so green leather interior. F8 is the upper door frame color, which is F8, which is dark green, which is actually darker than the color of the car. C18 is the SPD, which is December 18th. It's built right before Christmas. The 105098 is the Vaughn vehicle order number. A01 is a light package, which I think was standard on an SE. And it has the hood turn signals too, which are kind of a neat option. Also notice a lot of people miss these. These are decals that go inside the hood on a Charger. Make sure you do that if you're doing a Charger. It looks bad without them. A47 is SE package, which as I mentioned earlier is leather seats and a few other options. B51 is power brakes, and there's no B41, so it's drum brakes, and this just has the 10s on it, has the little brakes. C16 is console, C55 is bucket seats, G11 is tinted glass, G33 is remote mirror. It does not have G31, so it has a remote mirror, and they added the passenger mirror at some point, which again, on a car like this, it's a good upgrade. It's nice being able to see. H51 is AC, L31 is hood turn signals, which was actually optional on a Charger. It was not standard, even with the light package, you still had to pay for the hood turn signals. M21 is drip rail, that's the belt moldings, which is the ones on top of the door there. R11 is AM radio. V1F is the vinyl top, so it originally, F is green, so it originally had a green vinyl top. 26-inch radiator, which was standard with the AC, and END end of codes. It's got the cool Cragar wheels, always a classic look. They're 14s, but I probably would go with 15s, but these look great. I'm not gonna do anything about them. You can see the drum brakes behind there. Body's super nice. They did a good job in the paint work. And bigs and littles, a little bigger in the back, so. All right, well, let's start this thing up and go for a little test drive. When we got this thing, we obviously did the top end, went through the carburetor, and the accelerator pump. Sounds pretty good for a 318. Roll the window down so you can hear it. Sounds pretty good. Drives pretty good too. Pretty much every Charger got a sway bar, which really helps with the handling, it really does. Just gonna do our little quick loop over here. Just go over to my house, it's just right across the street here. I love this road. The leaves last about 2 weeks, then these become dead trees. And there we are, our newest 1969 Dodge Charger. And as everyone has asked us, are we gonna hold on to this one? Honestly, this one's probably gonna go down the road pretty soon. We'll let you know when we're ready to sell it, but we're gonna squeeze every last bit of fall into this thing before the weather turns here. We're gonna enjoy the heck out of it, because it is just a super fun car. It's nothing better than a Charger. This one's just a 318 AC, but it gives you the best of both worlds. Has V8 power and air conditioning, so you can be comfortable in the summer. And it's a good, you know, rust-free Charger body. We've got a ton of documentation with this car, so hope you enjoyed the video. Let us know what you guys think. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it.